2024 has come and gone, and what a better time to recap our market, my business, and a few fun stories from the year in review. Hey everyone, I'm Reed Gray, your local neighborhood expert, and about a year ago, a colleague of mine approached me with the idea of starting a YouTube channel. Little did he know it was something that was already on my radar. In the past year, we've grown the channel to nearly 600 subscribers, and 42% of my business has come directly from the folks just like you who have watched my channel, contacted me and said, hey Reed, I want to make Greenville my home. Now, if that's you, I can't wait to help. Working with buyers relocating to our area is something I'm passionate about and thoroughly enjoy. In that time, I've brought on our trusty mortgage lender, Harrison Williamson, to sponsor this channel. And he's been such a joy to work with, and I'm pleased to say that he has helped provide the financing for many of my clients. Now, if you're looking to buy and you need a lender, I'd love to connect you with him and use the contact information provided on the screen to reach out to him or myself directly today. First, let's look at Greenville as a whole for a statistical analysis of the year. Now, if you're a numbers junkie, let's dig in together, and if not, bear with me real quick or skip ahead to the next section of the video. So, new listings are up 13.9% year to date, and pending sales are up just 3%. Now, this is interesting because this indicates exactly what we're about to talk about, and that some listings are sitting longer, and months supply of inventory, the number of active homes for sale, and how long it'll take for all of them to sell would be up as well. So this means that we're leaning back towards more a neutral market, so closer to being neither a buyer's nor seller's market. Now, closed sales are up 6.5% year to date, while average days on market sit at 48. Now, keep in mind that all of these statistics are directly from the Greater Greenville Association of Realtors, so you know that this is directly for our market. Now, our average sales price is up to $384,699, which I would say seems appropriate. When I was actually looking at these stats, the first one that I came across was the median sales price, and it said it was roughly $310, and I kind of had to scratch my head for a second. I was like, $310,000. Honestly, the reason it was perplexing to me is because $310,000, guys, if you're not familiar with our market, really is not going to take you very far here anymore. So 384, roughly 385, that seems to pretty appropriate for our market, and just setting that expectation for what kind of home you can get in the Greenville area. For reference, when I started this channel, I believe that our average sales price was roughly $315,000. So things have certainly continued to trend upwards. Now, buyers rejoice as this is a fun one for you. So the percentage of list price received is 98.4%. Now, it might not seem like a lot, but that does allow you room to negotiate. And if you come in here thinking that you're going to get $50,000 off a home, I'm sorry to say that I'm doubtful that will happen, but perhaps we can negotiate some off the price or get you your closing costs covered, which is always huge. I will say this, out of the buyers that I've worked with in this past year, I would say that the vast majority of them received some form of seller concession, whether that's closing costs or off of the purchase price. There's maybe only been one or two that have gone over purchase price. So pretty good year for buyers here in the upstate. Great year in business, and super excited about that. Now, the last stat that I do want to give you is that months supply of inventory sits at 3.6%. Now, a neutral market is going to be roughly 6 months, so we're trending more towards that direction. I'm curious to see what 2025 does, if that number continues to rise or if it comes down. We do have a lot of new construction going on, so we might see it. It might not be terribly indicative of what we're experiencing or feeling in the local Greenville market, though. Now, numbers and statistics aside, I have been just thrilled with the response from YouTube and the opportunity to help many of you guys this year. As I mentioned earlier, 42% of my business came directly from YouTube, and I'm pleased to say that I will have closed over $8 million in volume alone this year. And what has been a challenging year for many agents in the Greenville market, I'm fortunate to have enjoyed my best year in business yet. So obviously in business, we want to trend upwards every year, and we're doing just that and having a lot of fun doing it. Now, I will say this, while it's been a down year for our market in several ways, I'm very optimistic about what 2025 market may mean for buyers and sellers alike. And if you're curious as to what I'm alluding to, check out my 2 videos. Greenville ranked as a top 10 hotspot for 2025, and the other one is going to be that Greenville was ranked the 4th best place in the country to live, once those 2 are available on my channel. So I've had the privilege of helping folks from Florida, Maine, California, Chicago, Michigan, Kentucky, Louisiana, Massachusetts, Wisconsin, North Carolina, and more this year. And even better is I've met some really great people from these opportunities. As a thank you to some of those opportunities, I am going to share a testimonial from one of my YouTube clients here on screen, and I encourage you to click pause and give it a read, and I hope to give you the same experience that these clients had once you are in your new home. Now, a year in review is never complete without sharing a good story or two. And if you saw my video on home inspections with the owner of ProTech, you know that we had a couple good ones in there. So working with a majority of buyer clients, you show a lot of houses naturally. And you're gonna go into some good ones, you're gonna see some bad ones, and some where you wonder what in the heck happened up in there. One of my most memorable homes I showed this year was off of Augusta Road, a prominent neighborhood in our area, and you could tell a single man lived there. And when we got into the primary suite, there was a urinal, and I don't think I'll ever forget that, because like, it's not a restaurant, you're not at a sporting event. Who has a freaking urinal in their bathroom? But that one caught my eye. I'll put the picture on the screen for you. But the most memorable story I have to share from this year was right at the beginning of the year. And now I'm a firm believer that houses have vibes. So good vibe, bad vibe, you name it. Well, I was working with a client who was interested in purchasing a lake house, and they had seen the price reduction on this property on a lake that they hadn't really explored, but they thought it looked cool, thought it fit a lot of the criteria, really unique property. And they said, hey, Reed, we'd love to go see it. They were out-of-state clients, much like you might be. And so I went out there and I FaceTimed it with them, or I tried to. So I get there, it's rainy, it's cold, it's nasty out, and I don't have any cell phone service. So I'm like, well, this is awesome. Now I can't call them to do the showing. So I was going to record a video, and I opened the door, and the second I walk in that house, I was like, I don't need to be here. And if you've ever experienced that, then hey, you might understand what I'm talking about. But it was kind of funny, right? So like, they asked me to come out here. I want to kind of meet their needs and their expectations. So anyways, I decided to walk through the house for them. I'm walking through, and I'm like, this place is odd. And it felt like you got catfished right on a date. Great listing photography, not really a great house. Was in pretty bad disrepair. Did not meet the expectations that I had going in. Anyways, I walk upstairs, and I really felt like someone was in the house. Anyways, you go into kind of some of the bedrooms, and I felt like maybe it was being used as an Airbnb with the amount of beds that were in the house. But on just about every bed, you could see an impression on the pillow and the sheets, like someone had been sleeping there, and it was just odd. Now, I'm kind of going through, the hair on my neck standing up, and I go into the boathouse. And I open this door, and my first reaction is, hell no, I am not going in there. And same situation, I'm like, just go in there, man, just do it, get in, get out, take the video so you can share it with your clients. So I walked downstairs, and whatever feeling I had upstairs was amplified tenfold. And I'm thinking, get me out of here. I look around, I'm kind of on guard, and I'm like, all right, whatever. I did not see anybody. But I will tell you this, with no cell phone service, a feeling of, hey, you should not be here, cold, rainy, wet, nasty day. It was like all the things that you see in a crime show that like, dude, you should not be here right now. So that was pretty memorable. Couple other good stories from 2025 would be, I did have somebody ask me about aliens. I told him, I said, I don't think there's an inspection for that, but you know, I'm not the person to tell you yes or no. And let's see, I did have somebody reach out recently who said, hey, I would like you to represent us, but I want you to rebate your entire commission back to me. And I said, well, why is that? Tell me more. I'm trying to understand, because I thought it was some type of discrepancy with the new buyer's agency agreement. Maybe they just didn't understand. And they said, well, we don't think that realtors are worth their value, and we want you to give it back to us. And my thought was, one, well, you called me, and number two was, I don't work for free, and I know the value that I provide in a transaction and the people that I have the opportunity to work with that I choose to work with and choose to work with me. I've actually been dumb enough to work for free before. When I coached college baseball, I did it for 3 years, and it was really hard. It was also really rewarding experience, but no, we want you to work for free. How would you feel if you go to work for 8 hours, and at the end of the day, your boss stops you and says, "Hey, man, thanks for doing that one on the house today." You'd be like, "What?" So I thought that one was kind of funny. So anyhow, that is 2024 wrapped up in a nutshell, and what an amazing year it's been. If I've had the privilege of working with you or connecting, or even if you simply subscribe to my channel, thank you so much. And personally and in my business, this has been the best year of my life, and I'm incredibly grateful, and I look forward to more growth and many more successful transactions for and with you in 2025. So make sure you use the contact information available on the screen when the time is right for you, and I look forward to connecting. Thanks.